Many thanks for your company. In our first story, the $217 million University of Ghana is still locked after it was commissioned by the Eswell Mahama administration. Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Manu blames the delay in opening the first-class state-of-the-art facility on absence of essentials such as a backup generator, without which the MRI and imaging equipment cannot be operated because of possible fluctuations if the national grid is relied on. But Joy News can confirm that there is a standby generator at the facility. While the public awaits its opening, many patients continue to die in other hospitals in the city for lack of space. Matilda Apemega reports.
This is the University of Ghana Medical Center. There's been a huge public outcry why this multi-million facility remains dormant, even though it appears to have been completed. On the premises of the University of Ghana sits the state-of-the-art medical center, a serene environment with little activity except for a few gardeners who keep the lush-looking lawns and walkways, as well as some security men who guard the place and monitor every activity. I made my way into the emergency block. Cold air greets me as I take a walk into one of the 9 theater rooms. It is a spacious and well-lit operating room with overhead surgical lights, surgical booms which hide electrical cords attached to some of the equipment. They are all kept under cold temperature, with air condition running for more than a year. The old-looking surgical tables, viewing screens and monitors have been carefully fitted in place. From the idle-looking emergency block, which could carry out 9 different operations at a time, is the huge women and children block. This beautiful edifice houses the obstetrics, gynecology, labor and delivery, as well as the pediatric wards. So we are still within the women and children's block here at the University of Ghana Medical Center. It's the neonatal intensive care unit where newborn babies who need special attention are put. These incubators, from the shot you can see a number of these incubators. The ACs are on. Everything appears to be functional. Many have raised a concern about this facility, which looks complete from the outside, as all structures appear to be in place. But the major worry surrounds the possibility of deterioration, especially when the edifice has already sat idle for over a year. Already, there is a challenge of inadequate medical facilities to cater for the growing population. That is why many believe that the departments that have been completed must be made operational, while concrete steps are taken to complete the remaining facilities needed to make the center fully operational. The opening of the $217 million 650-bed capacity facility has been delayed by what the Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Manu referred to as the absence of essentials such as a backup generator, without which the MRI and imaging equipment, for instance, could not be operated because of possible fluctuations power from the national grid.
By those who claim the place is completed, I am the minister. And I want to tell the Ghanaian population that the place is not completed. Cabinet has approved for $50 million extra to continue to go to do phase 2. You cannot run MRIs and imaging equipment on the national grid that sees a semblance of going up and down like that. The backup generator is not there yet. So we should operationalize and support the equipment. You see, I wouldn't go there. I said I don't want us to go there. I might speak with a lot of passion. There are certain little things that has not been done yet. So why the rush? I don't want to go into it. But some of the issues in there, if some of you will want to care and come close and look at documentation and look at how the place was built.
However, checks by Joy News show that there are 2 huge generating sets mounted on the premises of the facility. This is the generating room. Right behind me are 2 huge generators. These are supposed to be backup power supply to the University of Ghana Medical Center. The University of Ghana Medical Center was built to provide medical care to people in Ghana and the West African sub-region. But since completion of the first phase and its subsequent inauguration by the former President John Mahama in 2017, the facility has been dormant. There is currently a tussle between the University of Ghana and Ministry of Health as to who should manage the center. Cabinet has directed the Ministry of Health to take over its management, pending a report by the two subcommittees set up by government. Delays in operationalizing this facility could certainly affect healthcare delivery in the country. For many patients in dire need of such state-of-the-art, cutting-edge healthcare, they will have to wait as long as the facility remains closed. For Joy News, Matilda Fumaga, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra.
Well, former Deputy Health Minister Roger Metu Nunu, who's been directly involved with this project, has been disputing the claims made by the Health Minister. He says the Health Minister is partly to blame for the delay in operationalizing the first-class state-of-the-art hospital. It will be recalled that the current administration has been embroiled in a tussle with some former board members over the ownership and administration of the University of Ghana Medical Center since the NPP took over power. But in an interview with Joy News, Mr. Nunu said Health Minister Kwaku Agyeman-Manu is, quote-unquote, the incompetent reason the hospital is still under lock.
No, that's Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, run on only the national grid. They also have a standby generator. That's Komfo Hospital, rely on just the national grid. They have a backup. You cannot have people on the operating theater and then suddenly lights goes off, and then all the life support systems will just shut down on the person. That's just like removing oxygen from somebody while you're doing a surgery. So the scope of works for the 650-bed hospital included a standby generating facility.
So, Honorable, as we speak now, do we have the standby generator?
Thankfully, you're on the Legon campus, and I believe that you'll be sent round to actually inspect and confirm that the genset is in place. Kindly check the capacity of the genset to supply adequate electricity to all the sensitive equipment in that place.
Honorable,
you will also see that we have a 3-day water reservoir to make sure that we have uninterrupted water supply to the hospital.
Honorable, it's a different
unit,
thing.
We have a laundry facility. We have, other essential services for tracking any slippages. We have a system in place. We have a computerized control database center. We have a training institution in its own right. The simulation center is a college and institution in its own right. If we had started running the hospital by now, professional health workers will be able to get top-up training on robotics in the simulation center. The facility is supposed to provide 3 main inputs. One is critical medical care at the quaternary level. The second is to provide medical training. And then the next is research. So it is not just one single facility. It's not like a standard hospital. This is a state-of-the-art 5-star quaternary hospital for a University of Ghana institution. That the facility is in place.
Okay.
It becomes functional when you do your trial run of the whole facility. You make sure all your oxygen systems are working, your gases are working, your electrical systems are working. That is when the system is compliant to do what it was established to do.
So what is taking us so long to do that?
Support from the health minister to make sure that what we need to do and get started has actually started. He's put everything on hold.
So he's the reason why we do not have this facility.
He is the incompetent reason why the facility is not working.
How do we move forward from here? Because I have been around the facility.
If I was the president, I'll fire the minister immediately and get somebody who understands how the university works, somebody who understands hospital management, somebody who understands that when investment of this nature is put in place, you do not undermine your ability to make sure that you don't incur additional costs in terms of causing financial loss to the state. As the system is not being run now, you have a higher maintenance cost for replacing and making sure that what the contractor supplies is effective. As we speak, a lot of the post-warranty obligations have lapsed because of his incompetence. What's he talking about?
My colleague Matilda Wemega in that interview with former Deputy Health Minister Roger Metal Nunu. Now, the university authorities, however, are looking forward to a smooth resolution of the ongoing impasse between the former and current government over the operationalization of the hospital. Director of Public Affairs of the University of Ghana, Stella Amos, says no government will allow such huge investment to go waste.
Any strategic institution, that is the University of Ghana, and any forward-looking government will not stand by for equipment that has been bought with taxpayers' money to just go waste. I'm sure that once a formal report issues, we would see the end of this. There are many things to resolve, and that is why all these key...
What are some of the key issues that needs to be resolved?
We spoke about management issues, so I'm sure that is an issue that will be discussed in this committee. And I think we should be patient to wait. As much as I agree that health matters are very important, everybody knows what antecedents have been. Okay, so people are anxious. They want to see that this doesn't go waste like some projects that have in the past. I'm sure that this is a committee that has been strategically composed, and we will see something positive out of this.